Looks like we got a new friend! Looks like we got a new friend!
Oh, hi you guys, and welcome to Wizards and Wardrobes. We are fast approaching the end of the season. We have 5 episodes left. Discussions have been had with all the characters about the things that they wish to get out of the last 5 episodes. And of course, I have many a bomb to drop on them in the meantime. Today's going to be fun. Today I'm going to start revealing machinations. Machinations which could cause rifts and ruptures amongst all sort of things. Anyway, you guys, here are my social links. Discord. I'm very proud of my community. It's actually the thing that I use most to sell when I talk to sponsors and things like that. I always talk about you guys. I always talk about the beautiful people that I've managed to bring together, the people who return and keep coming back and like contribute to that family feel that makes everyone feel involved and just want to keep on being around and be a part of it. It's an amazing feeling. I brag about you guys all the time. I'm so proud. If you're not already in the Discord, get in the Discord. Twitter, if you guys want to get a game, get on Twitter, send me a DM, I'll get you a game. Simples, easy peasy. At the moment, we are currently up to about September time. I'm looking at booking all the new seasons. And in the new seasons, there may be more viewer games than 2 a week. So there. Yes. And YouTube. YouTube I'm catching up on slowly. Here's my Patreon. You can subscribe to me for as little as $1. And that dollar, I get a reasonably good cut of it. Better than most other subscription services. So it is a lovely place to sponsor me. Thank you. I can see my wife in chat. Beautiful wife. Look at her. Look at her little mod badge and her subscriber badge. Isn't she pretty? There she is. And lastly, no, not lastly, we also have merchandise. And that's the thing that I haven't done. I haven't bought in the new every 10 wild magic surges thing. I will do that. I'll do that live. I think I'll do that whilst we're live. That's what I'll do. We'll do it there. But nevertheless, there is the tweet. So if you guys want to start retweeting when we get to 10, I'll do a Wild Magic Surge Anyway, and I'll just get the timer up on the doodad. We're already up to 4 retweets, so it looks like we're going to get Magic Surge nice and early. But I think that is enough from me. It is time to go and get the players in this wicked game. Oh no, the green screen's messing with everyone. I'll have to changer that. There we go. When it gets bright, everyone's skin gets messed up by the green screen. It's inevitable. Anyway, tee hee 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 hee. Let's just sort myself out as well. Oh, I've already got my white balance and stuff done, have I? Brilliant. There we go. Let's just brighten me up just a little bit. There I am. Okay. Let's go. Let's go and get our players for today. Oh, hi, you guys. You are live.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
So.
We were just busy saying how awesome Tahina is. I'm sorry, we were having a moment.
I mean, that's totally legit. I can understand that.
I go over there till the blush dies down.
I mean, should we just take like 5 minutes to just appreciate Tahina and how great she is?
I think
Should
we
we?
should. Today,
Where to begin?
I hope she doesn't mind mentioning this, but today Tahina was involved in a whole thing. And doing good things for the future.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So,
Looks like we got a new friend.
thank you for the
Thank you,
host.
Charlie.
We all love each other very much. It's great.
Yes.
So, does anyone want to go first?
Looks like we got a new friend.
I can
Don't-
go first.
Okay, brilliant. Charlie, you can go first. That means someone else is doing the recap. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha. So last session was a session in which Slade was missing, which meant Lucian was quiet and he was out of action with a bit of a mysterious ailment for a little while, kind of passed out and being looked after by his mother Arta, who is a healer. So, you know, well, good hands. His mother, healer, was fine. And we journeyed out from the cave when some orcs arrived to tell us that they had a great victory over the assassins, and they were setting up a new arena and a camp, and we were basically invited kind of as honored guests and kind of to prove ourselves to join their war band, I think was the general gist. And so we went with them. Early, we didn't entirely want to be part of the war band, and since we've been making friends with assassins, we had some questions over who their prisoners were. And it ended up being a tense time in the orc camp as we tried to respect our original allies as well as our current allies and deal with the shifting politics, which is much like the desert in that it changes a lot and is very turbulent and harsh and brutal. And Kellic had a particularly bad time as he wrestled with himself, which I think Chorus can probably explain the best.
Yeah. So for Kellic, he's I guess like he's got a bit of I guess you could say a Superman complex, to where like he feels like if he doesn't try to do the impossible, he's not doing the best that he can do, and he's failing people. And he had in mind at the start of this whole thing to challenge the orc chieftain to combat, to lead the orcs, because he viewed their lifestyle as cruel and unkind, because he found out that if somebody doesn't win a certain amount of fights, they are killed along with their family, and he wanted to put a stop to that. And he wrestled with that, went to go and speak with his ancestors, and his mother showed up in ghost form, which he did not expect, because the last time he had seen his mom, she was hardy and hale. Apparently, while he was gone, she had died of sickness, and he wasn't there, and that kind of broke him up a bit. And they talked, and she brought up the point that he can try to do good things, but he can't change something as ingrained as a culture like this in a day, and just do the best that he can, but don't stretch himself out too far, because it might just destroy him in the end. And then where will his help go if he's dead? And so he agreed, and he decided that if he couldn't challenge the chieftain, and if he was just gonna do the best that he can, he thought the least that he could do was go down to the ring and train with a few of the orcs and try to teach them a few things that might help them survive their last fight. He trained with a boy orc that had spirit, and just needed quite a few pointers, and they fought for a bit, and he argued, once his friends came to get him and pulled him back to the tent, he argued with Fauja about what to do next, and just kind of threw up his hands. It was like, we'll do whatever you want at this point, because he was very frustrated by what was going on. But that's where he ended up. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Forja was like, wait a second, what I want? When have we ever done that? I basically babysitted you, but I never said where we are going, so why am I now calling the shots? And she's so confused right now. She thought that the whole plan was get them back home. Do maybe a prophecy in order to do that, or something else. But now she's so confused. Are we changing the orc culture? Are we going to save assassins? What's going on? She doesn't know. She's just confused. But at the end of the conversation, they decided that they would like to check out about the assassins, which assassins are being held, in order to make the discussion more easy. And so they went out and looked for the pole where the orcs normally chain their prisoners to before they take them to the arena. But there was no pole. And so Forja, the least likely person to ever persuade or tell a lie or do something social interaction-wise, tried to befriend a female orc who was standing ladder and tried to get her to tell her where the assassins were held, and then found out, to her great surprise, that they are not in the orc encampment, but there is a some form of outside camp somewhere between the arena and the assassin's hold, and there is this mysterious elder who maybe or might be a spellcaster, because Forja had heard rumor that a sorcerer is leading the orcs, but she's not sure if that is the same person. And the elder is trying to find out if he is suspecting, or he's testing them to see if they are special, quotation marks. She doesn't know what kind of special we're talking about here. And after relating that information to the group, Kelek wanted to go and check that camp out. But I think we convinced him in the end that it's not a good idea to traipse around in the desert at night if you don't know exactly where such camp would be hidden. It could be a cave, it could be anything, basically. But they know that the elder and the prisoners will arrive in the Warband's encampment when the sun is at its highest point the next day. And the new orc friend that Forja made, by lying her ass off about she wants to kill assassins, basically, told her that she would go and speak to the elders so the group would have a chance to see the assassins for themselves and maybe even fight them in the arena. So yeah, that was where we left off. And Lucian was totally sleepy. He was not feeling well, and his mom is taking care of him right now after he has been bird fed good berries by our EMT Dave.
In a moment of medical brilliance, I rolled in that 20, I think, diagnosed Darius Lucian as having sunstroke, and immediately went for the good berries to baby bird and heal the injuries, and then told Arta, the healer, what exactly was wrong with her son. In the most Dave way possible.
Yeah. And Forja put a cure wounds on top of that, but it didn't help much. So in the end, we wrapped him in damp cloth, and his mom is there and stroking his head while we went out and searched for the assassins. And I did an inside check because I was afraid that she might steal away her son. And I rolled so well that I'm now totally convinced that Lucian is very safe with his mom.
And if anyone missed that session, go back and watch it because Scrat does the best impression of Slade doing Lucian. It's so good.
Pretty great.
Oh yes, it was very good.
Not racist.
Also, Scrat would
think it
make
was.
such a great mom. I found that the advice that Kelleck's mom gave out, that was just brilliant as well.
Brutal. It was probably like, no offense, Tina, but like German mum advice. So
It
honest.
was harsh.
To the point.
Sometimes that's what's needed.
Not touching that at all. So, today I would like to start with Slade and Lucian. But before I do that, Charlie, can you roll me 1d316, and Chorus, could you roll me three wild magic surges?
Oh,
Shit.
oh, we're okay. We're already starting on this. Okay, that's fine. It's fine.
That's
What do we got to roll?
265 for me.
Wild magic surge times 3, wild magic surge... Oh no, hang on, I think there may be 3 random ones. Isra, can we get some clarification on that?
Oh, this is good stuff, Is River.
Good old Isra. He does say he wants to get it out of the way earlier, which, you know.
It starts with one.
Yes, get it off your chest.
Well, guys, I'm gonna be rolling up a new character. It's gonna be a lucky
Looks like we
feat
got a new friend.
divination wizard halfling.
It looks like maybe Isra stepped away. I mean, because it says, the exact wording is, let's get this out of the way earlier. Wild magic surge times 3.
Okay.
Wild magic surge chorus times 1. Wild magic surge Charlie times 1. So I'm actually reading that a second time as you both have 1 each, and there's 3 more to give
Oh,
it random.
New friend.
Oh, he
Is
says
Reaper
3
says
for
3 for Lucian,
2
2
for
for
Boros,
Chorus.
1 for Charlie.
Ah, the word Lucian must be missing in there. So, Lucian, could you please roll me 3 lots of 1d316, and Chorus, can I have it once?
So, well, I get 2. He says. It is 2 for Chorus. It says.
It's
let's-
lovely to be back.
Oh, 1 for Chorus. Okay,
1 for
sorry.
Chorus. 1 for
Okay,
Chorus.
so what is this? Roll 316.
And 16.
Okay.
I like that Bowser-
Charlie.
Still fucked up, Is Reaver.
Charlie, where is
Ooh.
Dave standing right now?
Dave is in the. We went back to the tent right after we were done in
Uh-huh.
the arena.
Okay.
Oh,
Dave
sorry.
is probably snaffling through the picnic basket,
Oh.
having already cleared it out, and like hunting for more food.
Who are the people closest to you?
I think probably Kaja.
Okay. Who else?
Kellic is across the room. Lucian's like let out on the floor.
Mhm. Anyone else?
Art is there.
Arta's there.
Art is in the.
Oh, Arta's there. It looks like 4 of these wild magic surges are going to hit Slade. Because the NPC closest to the target spontaneously combusts.
Previous episode, I'm feeling a bit hot. Oh,
No, even worse. Previous episode. I'm gonna kill your mother, Slade. Let's go all the way back, Slade.
So Arta is standing there tending to Slade's wounds, and Slade, as you come around, you see for a moment their skin sort of starts to turn red and crackle, and for a moment horns almost protrude from their head, the way that you recognize from your dreams. Then, all of a sudden, flames erupt in the tent, burning hot flames. All of you can feel this intense heat. You need to leave. It's so hot. Slade, you have resistance to fire.
yes.
You can withstand this heat, but you watch as your mother melts like wax in front of you.
Can there be nothing done? I can't control fire. Can I not douse the flame before it consumes her?
I'm afraid wild magic surges are wild magic surges, Tahina.
Mm.
I don't.
No.
It's lovely to be back.
Miss Reaver, why do you do this all the time?
Don't you love us?
I feel really bad. I feel like Israel was getting shouted at, and it was me. I rolled the random number, but really, it was whoever put that on the table. That is
Yes, who did put it on the
Put it
table?
there.
Damn it. Oh.
In it goes. So,
I rolled a 262. I don't know what that does. It's like,
we rolled a 262.
Yeah.
On a 262, your weapon begins to flicker with a blue flame. It doesn't do anything, it just looks really badass.
Okay. It's
I'm,
like,
I'm thinking in
he's more
conjunction. That's not
concerned
such a
with
good
the,
thing.
like, I think he's more concerned with the, like, the mom just fucking melting in the tent.
I would like to say that Forja is standing there yelling, no, 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 in Primordial, in Ignite, and tries to douse the flame and just...
Dave
in
is
horror.
hopping from foot to foot, going oopsie daisy over and over, and like grabbing anything that could contain water to like fling about the place. But she's basically drunk everything that's in this tent, so it's like drips at best.
So,
Mom.
still getting over this. So now, Slade, let's start with yours proper. 316. Need to make a note of that one. I'll keep that one.
I don't even know how to react to this.
I mean, it certainly puts a different tone on the start of the episode.
Just a little bit.
153. You also permanently grow gorgeous eyelashes.
Immediately as his mother dies.
Yeah.
Mother.
You gain her eyelashes.
That's
Too soon, man! Too soon.
I know chat's going absolutely mental right now. This is great. And lastly, 215. You've rolled. No, sorry. Okay, the 316 doesn't count. That wasn't a roll. I mistook that.
I cocked that one up myself.
That's okay. It's all good. Your shoes squeak every time they sneak.
so disadvantage on stealth rolls.
To be seen. Doesn't specify. 183. Oh, your passive perception is now 20 for the next 24 hours. The shock of your mother dying has made you super alert.
This is all affecting the eyes. The lashes grow, the perception gets great, and the shoes get squeaky, but anyway. Mother, as he takes a step forward.
I'm so confused.
Mom?
As, like, her throat begins to melt, you just hear...
Mom? Someone help her.
as I said, Forja is standing there trying to control fire, and then she grabs the bed, the blanket on the bed, and is wrapping it around his mother in order to try to smother the flame. No, no! What is going on here? I don't understand anymore. What kind of fire is this?
This is most supernatural, Falja. The only things in the desert that have been able to create this sort of heat are, well, you.
Yes. But
So
it
unless
wasn't
it's
me.
you or your mother, it's claimed the desert. It's claimed Lucian's mother.
But she had horns, right? That was something we all saw?
For a moment.
Kellic is gonna silently grab Lucian by the shoulder and try to pull him out of the tent.
He'll comply.
Okay. He doesn't want him to see the rest of this.
I struggled to the end and tried to save his mom. Doing everything in my power, but if... And I'm starting to talk in Primordial and say, Mother, what are you doing? Why are you taking her?
As soon as I have him outside, Kellic is gonna turn to Lucian. Say, it might be a good time for you to tell me what that dream was you had. It might be connected.
I just lost my mom. I don't feel much like the stories right now.
Is it your father? What did you see?
Probably my dad. He was always a bastard.
Lucian, look at me. We're going to get out of here. And I will help you kill him.
Wow, all this gold is for me?
Beating your eyelashes.
Nice.
I can't fucking do this with the fucking eyelashes thing, dude. Wrote it. Kellica's gonna say we need. Okay. I'm sorry.
Kahina, please roll me 1d316.
Oh no. It's River.
No, we hit 10 retweets.
Oh damn. Okay.
201. It's good.
You may continue to play out the scene. I'll resolve this later.
Okay.
I'll see you in a bit. And he turns around, walks away. As his shoes squeak. And he just looks back at the tent. And just looks away.
Darkness washes over you. You are asleep again. When you open your eyes, you are back in the plane of water. Water surrounds you in all directions.
I'm not able to breathe again, am I? It's going to begin to get irritated and angry. With everything that's going on, the last thing he wanted was to be back in one of his vision-like states. And because he's muffled underwater, this would be the time where Lucian just lets it all out. All his anger, all his aggression in one brutal yell underwater.
For a moment, your skin burns red. Horns erupt from your skull. And as your scream comes to an end, you turn back into Lucian. Regular Lucian.
Oh, I don't want it to end. I'm going to do it again. This time giving it everything he's got, clenching his fists and exerting all his power into trying to harness what just happened.
This time, now that you're trying to make it happen, it doesn't happen.
You said I'm underwater, right?
Mm-hmm. You've just been screaming your lungs out as well. You find you can breathe the water as though you have gills. A familiar sight as you look around. The sword you found floats in the water once again. Golden sword.
Last time I went to that sword, I went falling from the sky.
Your mother stands holding it. It's in exactly the same position as it was before, except this time it rests in Arta's hands.
Don't know how well he can speak underwater, but he's just gonna think, what is this? Hoping to get some sort of response back. Is it a dream? Is it a vision? Maybe, but if he's getting nothing back, he's gonna try his best to just slosh through the water.
Arta looks up. It is not the old face that you saw in the desert, it is the young face that you ran away, well, that died all that time ago.
Ah, gee. Well, he looks to the young face, feeling probably more heartbroken because it's the face that he remembers. His hand reaches out, but it goes past the sword and just lays on the cheek of his mother.
It's really not so bad, Lucian.
Please don't leave me again.
You must choose. Friends? Her skin begins to turn red and horns erupt from her skull. Or family?
Don't leave me again. Not again. Please. I love you, Mom.
Don't be so weak. She thrusts the sword towards you. As you take hold of the sword, suddenly hellfire and brimstone seem to open up behind her, around her, one with her, gone. You float and look down on the desert. You can see what you recognize now to be the Colosseum. Shining, glowing brightly. Looking across to the Assassin's Temple, you can see, like ants, they pour from the temple towards the Colosseum. When they get there, the light diminishes. It explodes. Sandstorms. Destruction. Earthquakes. Fire, brimstone, hell. You see the desert once more. You recognize the Colosseum below you. You see a shining light burning where the Colosseum is. Looking across to the Assassin's Temple, you see the assassins, like ants, erupting from the temple, rushing towards the Colosseum. A tiefling with a golden sword fights them off. The light does not diminish. Equilibrium is maintained. You wake up, there is a golden sword in your hands.
And as he wakes up, he just wipes a tear from his cheek. I have to go. He is going to push forward and head back to the Assassin's Temple.
What do you do with the golden sword?
He's going to take it.
Swing it across your back like the old one? You hit the other golden sword.
Are we awake? We are. Okay.
You can see, to the rest of you, it is as though a golden sword just slowly appeared in Lucian's hands. Where the other one was encrusted in water droplets, this one looks like it has hot embers.
Dave is gonna hot foot it round in front of Lucian and be like, I disagree!
Lucian, what is going on? Another sword?
He's going to take his water sword in his left hand, drawing it out. And look to Dave. It's the only way.
No!
What is the only way? What are you planning to do?
He's seen
He's-
something.
Yes,
He's going to grab the
have
other sword. He's just going to have each sword in each hand. And just look them over.
Impressive!
Raja is standing a careful distance away, holding one hand protectively over her midsection, and she says, "What did you see?"
I saw how to win.
To win? What does winning even mean?
Winning means surviving.
And the way to survival, what does it entail? I say, looking at the weapons.
killing.
Who will you kill?
I'm going back to the temple.
And
And I'm gonna give them a god to really worship over. They wanted to attack us. Make us feel inferior and like we weren't welcome. I've seen what I need to do.
you will attack them and force them to surrender.
There's no surrender.
Do you plan on killing all the assassins?
I'm gonna wipe them out.
I look at Kelleck. I thought you wanted to go home.
Home? There's no making our way home with the assassins out there. If we don't act now, the assassins will come for us and it will be too late.
What? They will overrun the warband or what?
They'll come here
And?
and they'll have the advantage. But if we hit them now, if we strike them when they're not expecting it, we have the advantage. I've been given abilities of a god.
Kelleck's gonna silently step in front of Lucian's way, rest a hand on his axe, and just hold it in front of himself, and just stare at him.
My Lucian, you have not been feeling well, and terrible things have happened. Maybe you need to first sit down and think this through.
No. It's no more thinking. No, there's only embracing.
You're not leaving here, Lucian.
Do you remember the night before last when you thought you can breathe water and then you almost drowned yourself in an iron pot?
No, this is different. This is different, Fasha.
almost
Look
killed
at
me.
what's been gifted to me. Look at what I have.
Put the swords down.
They have been gifted to me for a reason.
Of that, I have no doubt. But you need to think what you really want. You have been the one saying that the prophecy is not holding sway over you, right? You need to think before you act.
If we wait too long, Fasha, we all die. I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna protect you. Kelleck, I'm gonna protect you. And Dave, you will also receive my protection. If you band with me, and you follow me, not only will we survive, no one can touch us.
You know
Not
what
the
you sound
assassins.
like? Do you know what you sound like? You sound like you sounded when you transformed. And you sound like you sounded in my dream, in the demon form. Have a care, Lucian, Caveborn.
Merciless as the noon sun.
You have to be merciless. Do you think they're gonna be nice to us?
No.
Since when the hell is the desert giving us a break?
I am not saying that you are wrong. I say we need to be smart about it, and you need to not lose yourself in those powers.
Do you really want the guy that was cowering on his knees and scared back here?
I want my friend Lucian here with me.
Do you have Lucian back, the old one that you knew? You're not gonna survive.
I'd rather have a coward as a friend than someone who's so power drunk that in their insanity kill me with their sword. Do you remember what happened in the cave? What if something else like that happened? If you lose control, you were no longer my friend Lucian. You were someone else.
I'm going to mix up mechanics a little bit.
Hmm.
Slade, can you roll me a D100?
Sure. It's one of those rolls where, do I want high? Do I want low? That's it.
Low is good.
Oh, low is good.
What does that mean?
First time, I wanted that one, please. Bullshit. 75.
Temporary insanity.
Fun.
Okay.
Proceed.
You're with them, aren't you? This whole time.
Put
Now I get it.
the swords down.
Lucian, I
No,
am
now I get it. No, I saw you two laying close to each other. Oh, I see. I get it.
Are you crazy? What is wrong with
Crazy.
you? Those swords, they are muddling your mind.
And he's gonna hold the water one up in
I take
Force's
a
direction.
step back. Now. Let's not be hasty. When you come back to your senses, you will regret this. Please don't do this again.
I see what you're doing, Desert Demon. You're not gonna prevent me from my destiny.
Lucian,
I get it now. You really are the desert. You're here to consume us and bury us under the sand. And you've tricked, as he holds the fire sword over to Kellic, you've tricked this warrior into fighting for your cause.
Dave pulls her dagger and points it at Lucian right between the two swords and says, I like the sharp things better.
Calyx's gonna punch him in the face. He's just gonna whip out and just punch him.
I'm gonna go for special mechanic for this.
Okay.
okay?
I'll have an initiative roll between the two of you, just to see if Slade sees it coming.
Okay.
Please don't see it coming.
I wonder if I should
fool's
use
good.
something.
Four's good. From me, thank you.
20.
Can I please roll initiative? Because Dave does have something she could contribute as well.
Certainly. Now, Chorus, I want you to give me an athletics check.
Okay.
Slade, I want you to give me a constitution save.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my advantage on that.
At one.
Oh well. I'm still using my advantage because I did call it out. 25.
Lucian drops like a sack of potatoes as Chorus's mighty fist passes through his head, turning his jaw nearly 180 degrees before coming back round, and a vacant Lucian flops to the ground. As he does so,
my knuckles and be like,
As he falls, the two swords disappear. Not abruptly, slowly, they fade from his hands.
I'm still standing there like,
Dave is gonna go for good berries.
maybe we wait a moment for things to sort themselves out. As I holding the pouch close. What was that?
I don't know.
That was... I normally don't like when you hit one of our ranks, but this was well done. What do we do to prevent him acting like that again? What if he transforms again and attacks one of us?
Well, I say that we bind him and we gag him and wait till he comes around.
Okay.
And
mean,
he's
How
just
much?
pulling rope just out of his pack as we were just talking.
One thing I worry about. What if part of what he said is true? I mean, the last time he disappeared and came back with the sword, part of what he said. I don't think he said everything that he saw, but what he said made a lot of sense, and those things they did happen, right? So what if
So
I don't know. I hand you a rope.
Falja, we can wait to talk to him once he's got his senses back.
Now,
Clearly, he's not in his right mind.
thank you very much to Edmund. He uses his Patreon donation to donate 2 Wild Magic Surges, 1 for Chorus and 1 for Charlie.
Okay, fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Slade, could you also roll me a D300?
D300?
Uh-huh.
174.
I rolled really low.
That is the number of minutes that you are that you are under intemporary insanity.
That's 4 hours nearly.
Wow.
52. Suddenly, your weapon turns into a saucepan.
Welcome to the Saucepan Club, Kelly.
That one has been rolled so many times.
I'm gonna just
I rolled it
put
twice.
on my back and just shake my head, just like this desert. And he's just gonna start just tying Slade up. Well, Lucian up. Sorry.
No. I see how it is.
No,
We should tie me up, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
Getting kinky up in here.
Oh,
I
Dave,
was looking at the Zoom.
Dave, what do you wear in the way of clothes?
Dave has a scarf from Falja, a carpet cloak that she's stolen, and she kind of had like a little tabard to start with.
Mhm.
She's just like a mess of cloth right now.
What other clothes have you had in the past?
I feel like in the past, Dave has experimented with fashions. She's tried harem pants. She's tried a little Elvis suit that she found after a good New Year's party. She's worn a sparkly wig that an elf lady had thrown out. Just like anything she's found that's kind of shiny looking, like she's tried that shit on. And like she tried on a pair of slippers that she found in the house that she was working in. Had little bunny ears.
Perfect. Number 37, you suddenly wear all the clothes you've ever owned.
Oopsie daisy. Davis is like dying of heat. And like, you know in that episode where Joey tries on all of Chandler's clothes at once? Like she's literally like snowballed herself in clothing that she's just tried on at some point. Because none of it ever fitted her in the first place. So it's all just like a ton of really baggy clothes.
Now would be a good time to molt, Dave.
Yes. And she like tries to take off the first thing, but her arms are so restricted by all the fabric, she just ends up kind of rolling over backwards, and it's just like a little roly-poly ball on the floor with little slippers up in the air.
Pasha sees a problem that can't be solved and takes out some of her sharp daggers and says, I don't know what to do with him, but I'm going to help you. I promise I'm not going to hurt you. And she very carefully cuts off layer after layer and tries to get her out of the... Mount.
That's expensive, y'all! That's expensive!
Do you want to die of a heat stroke? Then let me
No.
get out of here. We can mend them.
Be among us and be free.
I try to free you, yes. I'm rolling Dave and cutting layer after layer.
Horns begin to sound,
What no?
announcing the first bout in the arena. You have not been called to this one, you are not participating. But
So,
Kellic almost certainly will know someone who is.
What are we going to do now? Shall we rile up the orcs and tell them that the assassins are coming? What are we doing? I say
Fausha,
while I cut out Dave out of this
Be
mess.
careful now.
I am careful.
Fausha,
Yes. What?
I need you to tie him up. Hog tie him, make sure that his feet and his hands are bound. Hog tie him onto a post, then tie rope around that post and then gag him. And I need you to heal me. Please.
Alright. I never tied up anyone, I say, and come over and then lay my hand on to heal you. Why do you think... Why don't you tie him up? I give you my rope, okay?
Dave, now free from her prison of clothes, is gonna hop onto that tying up. Dave has rigged many things over the years when jumping off of roofs to cause safe landing. She thinks she can tie a few knots to tie up Lucian. So
Mhm.
Dave would like to have a go at tying up Lucian.
Okay, you're not under duress, so I'm going to use an old Pathfinder mechanic here. You can use 10 plus your sleight of hand.
My sleight of hand is 5. That would be a 15.
Successfully tie up.
I need to go help someone.
Are you still hurt? Do you need more healing?
There are a few scratches, but I'm fine.
You sure?
Yes, it's only 2 hit points worth of damage.
Should you really go now? I mean, what if those assassins come back? Or are attacking? I don't know.
An orc walks past ringing a bell. First match! First match!
Dave looks between Lucian and Fausha and then to Kellic and pulls her dagger. She says, "Your place, your tent, as given by me." And she walks bravely towards the tent entrance. Apparently this is what we're doing today.
What are you doing? Are you going to the Rock Chief? I yell after you.
Fausha,
Yes.
the boy is having his bout.
You cannot interfere in other fights.
I'm gonna hold up the axe and just kind of sigh. I'm gonna extend it. Well, it's a saucepan right now, right?
Yeah.
Was he very
Feel
dexterous?
it.
Roll me 3d6.
Okay.
Dave turns back looking at Fausha and Kellic.
No. Was he very dexterous? You
It was
think?
only a saucepan for 8 minutes.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything you can do with this? I would use it, but the fire tends to consume, and I don't know how to control it.
Are you trying to give me your great axe now?
Yes. It's like you work with weapons, and you know the desert far better than I, and this seemed to have been a gift from your mother. Is there anything you can do?
I would like to inspect the weapon. Is there anything I can do? Should I roll nature? Should I roll arcana? What do? I want to find out what kind of weapon that is. And
I will use the same rule I just used with Charlie. You're not under duress, so 10 plus whichever one of those you wish to do. Whichever one you choose will change the description I give you.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my advantage, one of my advantages.
Ooh,
Or
okay.
I could take the net. I still have a net. I have more than one net 20 left, and maybe this would help Kellic. So, you know what? Let's get serious here.
Nat 20?
Yes, I'm going to use the Nat 20 to find out what's wrong with this axe and how to fix it.
You look at the axe, except this is not an axe.
Oh? What is it?
This is sand. This is sand and rock and glass,
Okay.
but not held together like glasses, not stuck like glue after intense heat.
Mhm.
As you look, you can see weaves of fire going in and out of the blade, the haft, the handle.
Could I, with control fire, with my innate ability, redirect that fire in the desert sand, basically, to be only in the blade instead of the haft?
I'd need another roll. Kelek, I do this for you. I take the last Nat 20 to redirect the fire in the axe to make it so that the handler can wield it without getting hurt. Redirecting the flow of energy so it holds together, but only burns on the blade, basically. And what would you name this weapon?
I would name this weapon. Rage of the Dunes. That is your name, I say in Primordial, and you will obey the one that says it and wields you.
I have updated your character sheet, Chorus, to reflect these changes.
Oh, I'm gonna look at it.
I will twirl the axe and then hand it to you with hilt first, basically. And I say, this is the rage of dunes. Wield it wisely. It is a blessing of my mother and of myself. For you standing up for me.
I'm gonna hold it. He's gonna look at it. Watch the fire just kind of sparking off the blade. He's gonna look at her.
If you want to enrage for free at the moment, not affecting your count, I will let you.
Okay.
So you can give it a test swing if you
As-
wish.
His tattoos begin to glow. Ghostly, pale ectoplasm begins to rise off of his tattoos. His eyes become one bright green light as mist begins to flow out of them. He begins to breathe green, ghostly mist. And the axe, I'm gonna say, well, because it went blue fire, right? For a bit. I'm gonna say that as he rages, the ectoplasm mixes in with the fire, turning it into a bluish, ghostly green flame as the axe head expands, almost splitting in two, seeming like bits of sand that are just floating in the air, but there's still this still hard edge as it flares up. And he'll give it a swing as a trail of fire arcs where his slash went and fizzles out.
Pasha stands up with this big grin and
Would you like to roll that roll? Roll that swing as if you were hitting someone?
Yes I would.
With your rage damage too.
Mm-hmm. That is 17 slashing and 22 fire damage on this. And he's gonna grin, feeling the heat and where it hurt before, and the flames still like shoot down the staff. It almost seems to embrace him almost, and it feels warm and welcoming. And he grins at her. It's like, I have a match to go see. And he's gonna give her a hug.
She loves it and pats you awkwardly on the back.
And he's going to dash towards the arena at full sprint.
Just as the horns are starting up to signify the start of the match.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back to you in a moment, Kellic. Falja and Dave, with Lucian tied.
I say to Dave, I always like sharp things. Did you see how happy he looked? At least one good thing came of this day.
Yes.
Would you like to go with him and guard him? Make sure that he doesn't get into trouble?
Maybe.
Should I come with, or should I babysit our little possessed friend? I don't know. Can we leave him alone? This seems dangerous.
Yes.
Yes, we can leave him alone? Or yes, he's dangerous? Yes, he's dangerous? No? Leave him alone?
No. Yes.
Should we all go to the arena, or should I stay here?
Dave! Stay here.
You stay? Okay. If he misbehaves, you have my permission to poke him, okay?
I will take my axe and cleave his head in two.
Not that hard. But just make sure that he doesn't get into some trouble, okay? And here you have my pouch. In case of emergency, and water. So I give you my water skin and my good berry pouch. Oh, and then I give you a hug.
And Dave hugs you back. I like you.
I like you too. You're the only sane one here, I think.
Yes.
And then I hurry after Kellic to make sure that he does not, I don't know, get into trouble.
Kellic was sprinting.
I will sprint after him, and I give myself long strider so I can gain ground.
As you go, you trip over an item.
Oh dear. Okay, I go ass or tea kettle. What did I trip over?
You have tripped over, I believe it was 201? Yes. At first you think it's an item of glass. But
Okay.
no, this is a shield.
And it's not my shield, right?
No, this shield is concave. Like a steel drum.
Okay.
But the handles are definitely on the convex side.
Okay.
Holding it up, you can see you shine burning light into a focused point 5 feet away from you.
Okay. Is it going to ignite that if I shine it long enough?
No, but it's very bright. It would likely put off an opponent.
Oh.
Scrat, really quickly, because I forgot to say it at the time, and I totally meant to before Falja ran off. Can David cast Mage Armor on her, please?
Yes, certainly. Can Dave also roll me 1d316?
Yeah.
Thank you, we've just hit 20 retweets.
I am I'm wearing armor. If you cast mage armor on me, it won't make a difference, I
Dave
think.
doesn't know.
Yeah.
Dave doesn't
I mean, you see that I wear the armor.
Dave is sending clips. Dave, like midway through that scene, changed her mind about whether she should go or Falja should go. She decided Falja should go.
Very low.
No, that's for my Wild Magic Surge.
Okay.
Scrap. That was my Wild Magic Surge check.
between all of you, what potions do you have?
None.
No.
I ain't got no potions.
I rolled a 46 on my wild magic surge check.
But you all have canteens full of water, right?
I have none. I just gave my water away.
And water is technically a solution, so therefore it's a potion.
True.
Okay.
I'm also a
Kind of
solution.
potion.
Scrap. Technically, the 14 was to see if Dave caused a wild magic surge with her spell.
Oh, I see. My bad.
The
Okay.
46 is what I actually rolled for the wild magic surge that I was given.
You cannot help but yell "Tada" after every spell you cast.
Done. Done. Writing that in the book right now. I learnt this trick somewhere. Just do wait. Alright.
The shield is a normal +2 to AC? Like a normal shield?
Oops. Sorry.
The shield is a normal. Actually, let's make it a +1.
A +1. Okay.
It's convex. It won't turn a blade. You can only use it as a duck behind.
Okay.
Kellic, you can run to the Colosseum, no problems.
Mm-hmm.
You get there just as the match is beginning, but still, I'm going to come back to you shortly. I haven't forgotten you.
That's right.
Valja, as you chase after, you can see that Kellic is way ahead.
And that is why I cast Longstrider on myself and start.
Just before you do that,
Mhm.
an orc in a black cloak crosses the path ahead of you, walking towards the mountains.
They normally don't wear black, right?
He carries a staff with feathers and glass baubles hanging off it.
Huh.
He is hunched over, like hunchbacked almost, using the staff to get around.
Oh, I want to go after that one so bad. Portia is standing in this makeshift road, looking after this orc with the glass baubles. Are those her glass baubles, the ones that she gives the orc that they never seem to like? Or is it something else?
Sorry, what's the question?
Can she recognize those glass baubles as being of her making?
You recognize the glass baubles. They are not of your making. They are natural.
Oh,
Like the rod you have where lightning strikes. They are jagged and...
okay. I take note of where he's going. And I will go after him later, but I am more worried about my friend right now. So I go after Kellic. Looking very conflicted about that.
Falja, I will only ask you once.
Okay.
Are you sure?
No. How far away is that guy in the rope?
Well, he was crossing your path. Now
He's
he's
crossing
about...
my path. Okay.
Now he's about 60 feet away as you've been standing there trying to make a decision.
You know what?
5.
If you ask like that, I go after that guy with his Fulgurite totem things on his staff. Curiosity is too great. I have Longstrider on myself. I run after that guy, brandishing my own Fulgurite stuff.
You're happy with that decision? I didn't lead you into it.
No, I was very torn, so yeah, let's see how this ends, and I tell you if I'm happy about it or not.
Okay, so we'll start with Dave.
Mhm.
Dave, Lucian is bound. He is currently unconscious. Lucian, make me a Constitution save. Did you say you walked into the tent?
Yep.
No?
Well, I was still in the tent, right?
You all rushed out of the
We were
tent
rushed up, that's right.
when the flame went.
So yeah, she would definitely walk back in. She plans to go and just sit on Lucian and babysit as she was instructed.
Okay, so you go and... So you're just going to sit on him? Like...
Yeah, like
On him!
yeah, you know, like on like his shoulder, just like sit there so he can't move, or like on his chest, depending on if he's on his back or not.
on him.
I'm a little burp. You can deal with it. You're unconscious. Stop protesting. She was asked if she wanted to babysit, so she's gonna babysit. Which apparently involves sitting on the baby.
Slade, you are still unconscious. It has been 30 minutes.
Thank goodness, because if I woke up to this side...
From where you're seated, Dave, you can see into the tent flap.
Okay.
The floor shines like a shiny diamond.
Oh no. Ooh, shiny. And I look down at like Lucian, and I look at the shiny floor,
Lucian's out cold.
and I look down at Lucian, and I look at the shiny floor, and I like hesitantly, like muscle by muscle, move back off of Lucian to like walk towards the tent flap to have a good look.
Centered on where Arta melted, near the center of the tent, the floor is glass, except it's swirled and mixed in with waxes and different colors. So it's pink and green and blue and gold and silver, all reflecting different lights, like a whirlpool in the tent around the center post.
Hot, don't touch.
It's cool to the touch.
David is like telling herself it's hot, but she definitely is like reaching out to touch the hot thing. And then when it's cool, she's like, ooh. And she's gonna look closer at this thing.
It is smooth like glass.
Ooh, shiny.
Lucian, do you want to make me another Constitution save?
Yeah, I really do. Oh, that's a little bit better.
On a 16, you begin to wake. Your hands and legs are bound behind you, but as you wake, 2 swords appear in your hand.
I thought his hands were bound.
They are.
Just to make sure we're on the same point. I still have a couple hours remaining, don't I? He's going to try and slice open his restraints.
Make me a sleight of hand. You have an advantage in 2 nat 20s to use.
Is this against my perception?
Yes, why not? Perhaps your
I'm
passive
going to use-
perception.
Alright,
I'm
that's
going to
a
use my advantage.
Can you use your advantage? And what was your passive? Sorry, Charlie?
12.
12.
Oh, that's good. I'm so glad I took that advantage.
Good job you used the advantage. Okay. You managed to slip loose the bindings. In the glass, Dave, you'll see something move like it's swirling, but you mistake it for part of the pattern. It's actually...
Dave is very quietly singing to herself the funeral song that she had Fauja sing for Ahmed. Since this is like a melted part of like Lucian's mum turned into glass, she's very confused by what she's looking at. But she's like quietly singing this song to herself as she watches the moving in the glass kind of transfix. I didn't write down the song and I didn't know how the tune goes, so I can't sing it. I'm sorry.
The swirls around the tent post as you look at them more and more, they almost look as though they make 5 straight lines that intersect to make a star.
I like lean really close with my eyes, like.
For a moment, you can see fire and brimstone.
Ooh, no.
Slade, you are free. Lucian is free. What are you doing out there?
Lucian feeling betrayed by his once closest friends. And still in his mind state. Immediately going back to his swords. Should have known I can't trust them. Fine. I'll go home myself. going to place them both away, tighten the strap on his chest, and he's heading to the Assassin's Temple, alone and with anger.
Dave,
We fucked up, guys.
at the fire and brimstone is gonna like jump back and be like, "Oh, I was supposed to be babysitting," and like turn around, and I guess probably just see like Lucian just leaving.
I'm happy for that to happen.
Is that fair?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, let's go.
So Dave is gonna scurry after her baby that is abandoning its sitting position. No.
He's just going to turn his head to the right. Stand down.
As he looks at you for a moment, his skin is red and he has foot-long horns protruding from his skull.
No. I like you.
Maybe you're one of the good ones, Dave. But I have to go. And he'll continue walking.
No. Kill them all. No.
Listens to her words. Just keeps going.
Dave is just gonna keep running after him. Just gonna keep going.
And it starts to bug him like an irritation. And in his mindset, he just turns around. Dave. You have something on your...
Oh,
Are you
no.
okay?
Oh.
Lucian.
I've given you access to something in Roll20, Slade. You can only use it when I tell you you have horns on your head. That's fucking symbolic.
We're going to the dark side, people. Yeah, Dave like
Again.
really like quizzically, really confused.
Gee, hang on. That's a bit bright. I think I'll go turn on the other lights.
We'll give Dave 2 seconds. Why don't we leave you
What
two...
did you give him? What did you give him?
Why don't we leave that there for a minute? And go across to Kellic.
Okay. Fuck. Alright.
A warrior stands between the stands. As she sees you approaching, she turns and says, "Do you have a third child competing today?"
No,
So,
but I know one.
To the left.
Let me think. Hold on. Time out. Pause. I'm thinking. So does Kellic know if there's a chance that he can like get into the ring? Like if he asks to like join this kid?
You have not been called to this fight. You could, but it would break tradition.
I wish to be called to this fight.
We shall see. I will make note of you. Sit close to the corridor.
Okay, I'm gonna sit next to the corridor. Can I see the match right now?
You can see several things, Kellic.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you can see is that the stands to the right, where you are sitting on a stone bleacher, with a stone floor, and it's all very structurally sound.
Mm-hmm.
The bleachers to the right, where the orcs with a third child are sent, are all made of metal grills.
Fuck. All right.
You sit
Doesn't-
down next to a kindly-looking orc. He's been drinking.
Is this the same orc that I met before? Or is it a different one?
A different.
I'm gonna look at him. Do you have a third?
No! No! Today is my first. Ha! It is a proud day for Rollo. Sit with me. Sup from my cup.
He offers you a large gourd.
I would, friend, but there's a chance that I will be fighting, and I like to keep a clear head.
A little will not hurt. If you just have a small amount, within an hour you'll be clear of it. You're a big guy, you can handle it.
Meta, I know this is gonna get me super fucking destroyed. But to be polite, he'll take a sip. He'll take a single sip.
It is sweet, pleasant wine. Red, cooled, refreshing. There may be a little bit of ice in that jug. It tastes fantastic.
Today I spared no expense. My son, it is his first. Today maybe he wins and becomes the youngest orc soldier ever.
You're a proud father.
Yes, I will make the clan stronger. The warband is strong.
Does he seem nervous? Does he still have the same zealot fervor that I had seen from the other guy?
He has the same opinion of the warband, certainly. You can tell that.
I'll cheer on your son then.
Haha, and I will cheer on your candidate. You say, you speak as though you have a third. Surely you should be over in the other stands.
It's not my son. It's someone else's.
Oh,
Boy has spirit. It would be a shame.
well, the fight shall prove all. The warband shall be strong. You know, my grandpappy once told me that the orcs being strong is what holds the desert together. That we protect the secrets of the desert. That our strength is what keeps us all in existence. The foundation of the desert. Sure, the desert is harsh, but to be harsh, you must have a stone bed to rely on. That is us, the orcs.
I would ask a question of you, friend, and by it I mean no insult.
Questions, go! Tell
What
me
would
your
you-
question.
What would you do if your son became a third?
If my son becomes a third, I would do what I have to do. If my blood is weak, the warband cannot be weak. We are the foundation of the desert.
He'll take another sip, pass it back.
It is good, yes? Ice, very expensive. I got one of the cloaked orcs to do it for me.
What do you mean by the cloaked orcs?
They're strange ones, the ones that don't fight.
I thought all orcs fought.
Their fight is not of this world.
magic
I do
users
not.
there.
I do not understand them. They keep to themselves and I keep to myself. All I know is by being strong, we keep everything stable. We can maintain equilibrium. I
Where do they
admit
stay?
I do not fully understand that word, but the cleric, he tell me that it means that we are sitting on a seesaw and we don't move.
There are some gaps in that, but essentially he's right. Where do these cloaked orcs stay?
To themselves. Do not
Yes, but I'm
Do
sure
not
they-
get involved with the cloaked orcs. Only trouble will find you. If you have been allotted a place, then they will find you. But come, look, the fight is starting. My boy, he wields a sword, a spear, and a shield.
And I look, and is the third kid in there in the same match with this guy's son?
A grand melee. 1v1, one versus all.
Fuckity fuck. Okay. God. I'm trying to figure out what Kellic would do in this situation. Like, so he sees this kid. Does he know his name? Because I don't remember his name. I'm sorry.
I don't remember you asking his name.
Shit. I'm gonna turn to the father and says, "That's the one that I'm cheering on."
Well, the 4 left standing, they are the winners.
You can see there's about 60 orcs down there.
60 orcs.
Some look like children. Others look nearly fully grown.
Inwardly, I'm gonna think, and I'm gonna try to contact ancestors and try to maybe talk to mom and be like, "I should be in there."
There is no response. As the horn sounds and the combatants start rushing towards one another, we are going to pan across to Falja.
I go after the orc in black. Because I never saw such an orc before. And he has something that resonates deeply with me. A stuff with glass baubles on them. Natural glass baubles.
He makes his way, lumbering with staff and hobble, through the stones, sort of like hopping down sometimes onto the stones, not able to leap across, following the terrain of the ground up and down, as he seems unable to make too much of a pass, sometimes using both hands on his staff to pull himself up and making his way across, until he seems to turn into a fold in the land and disappear.
Is it like my cave, the sacred cave? I go closer to inspect and see if there is like an optic illusion, basically, like it is with my cave.
Not only is there an optic illusion, there is a rune on the stone.
There's a rune on the stone. Okay. Does it prevent me from entering?
No. Less of a rune, perhaps more of a pictogram.
Oh, what does it show? Is it the sun again or something?
A flaming bird.
A flame. The phoenix! I hiss in Primordial. And I touch it for good luck. And try to memorize it and I regret not having taken Dave with me. And then I put my hood up and my veil in front of my face and go in there.
Do you have any lights on at the moment?
I take my hood back. I have dark vision, by the way. Fire Genasi see.
More for cinematics than anything else.
Yeah, so I could light one of my hands while I hold my Fulgurite stuff with the other, and my hair is burning to light my way.
It's up to you. You can be sneaky and keep it hidden, or you and we can look at things with dark vision, or you can use the flickering flame.
Yeah, I think it's more cinematic to have the hand burning and the hair burning and the stuff. I like that much better.
So
also, Forja is not much of a sneaker, so rather go in there looking intimidating or something.
As you go down this cave, the wall has a series of pictograms.
I look at them closely with my hand, sliding it.
The first pictogram is an orc on its knees.
Okay.
The next pictogram is an orc walking.
Okay.
Now it is a smaller orc walking in the center of the desert.
Okay. So it is a different orc than the one that walked first.
All the same pictogram. Block.
Okay.
Just a block sort of like representation. So whether it's the same orc or a different orc is difficult to tell, but you can definitely tell orc. You can see certain landmarks that would let you pinpoint this location in the desert. You recognize them to this day.
Yeah. And what
Looks
is it?
like we got a new friend.
Is it a cave or what is it?
Sorry?
Which place it is? Is
No,
it that I
it
can
is-
recognize?
Not a place. Next is a pictogram. Glass. Water. Fire. Fire burning on the water. The orc holds a bird in its hand. The orc submerges the bird in the water. The orc and the bird, now aflame, stand before an old god with a long beard and a pointed hat.
Okay. That is the one that Kelek told me he thinks is this guy that they told me about. Theophilus, right? Or he
Without-
said he thinks.
Without them to verify, it could be the same one as in your cave.
Okay. Okay. And that is the end of the story.
The next picture of the orc is an orc walking with a staff. With fire all around him. These pictograms are old and faded. They have not been renewed.
Do they look older like the ones in my cave that I inspected for age? Because they looked also very old, right?
No one respects that ritual anymore, Fauja.
It looks like a pilgrimage to me. The way he walks through the desert.
Hundreds of years ago, when I was a boy, orcs would make that pilgrimage, hoping to be blessed with the magics. When I was born with the magics without making the pilgrimage, it disproved that practice.
And that is why you no longer take the pilgrimage? Who are you? What is your name? Are you the elder?
I suppose as the oldest, that makes me the elder. It's been a long time since anyone's used my name. Most call me Master. But since, Valja, you are not part of our order, you may call me Lurkta.
Lurakta. You say you were born with the magic? Without undertaking a pilgrimage?
Yes. We've learned a great many things since the Dark Ages.
What are the Dark Ages? And what is your order? And what has it to do with the Phoenix? And I have the magic too. Why did you never talk to me about that?
You are not magic, Valja.
Hey, look at my burning hand!
You are the desert. It is different.
I am the daughter of the desert. Yes. Although your people call me the demon.
Yeah. Wrongly.
And your magic is different from mine?
Look.
You are magic.
He holds out his hand,
Mhm.
and a fire appears in his hand, very similar to yours. But you'll see weaves of air, fire, even a little bit of earth forming into his hand before the flame appears. When you create fire, it comes from within.
That's part of her, right? Why is it so different for you?
We are different, you and I.
Does it make it easier to control, I say, and point at the fire?
Not at all. How are you with knots?
With knots?
With knots. Tying knots and string.
Well, I point at my scarf and the beads woven into it. I am okay, I think.
I'm
Stop
awful.
it, you two.
I can't tie a rope, but I take the strands of elements from around us. And depending which knot I tie, well, that depends what spell I cast. Learning a new spell is all about learning new knots.
Oh. You are right. You and I are very different because I just reach and then I can do it if I will it. If there's enough of mother willing to lend itself to my will.
You ask why we have never brought you here to help us maintain the desert.
What do you mean help you maintain the desert? The desert maintains itself.
I am scared to show you, Valja. I do not know what will happen if you, the source of the desert's power, enters that room. And I would not like to find out.
I don't understand. What room? Tell me about it. Even if if you don't show me, then tell me.
In the Dark Ages, the desert drew its power from elsewhere, from another plane. One day, Around the time that you first started appearing by the records, the desert began to fade and crack. Earthquakes, volcanoes that created the mountains that you see now, burst across the land. This very cave, created by the turmoil. It was then that the first magic users found a way to stabilize their own source of power, pouring themselves into the desert, taking its weaves and holding it tight so it would not collapse on itself.
You're saying my birth is to destroying the desert and you are holding it together?
I don't know that. I simply state that we hold it together, and it started around the time that you appeared. I would not accuse you, Valja.
And he makes a weird rune with his hands.
Mhm. The energy, you say, she got energy from elsewhere. Is that the story in the sacred cave? And I pointed to the direction. There are other pictograms just like those here, with the sun going dark, and arc lightning weaving the sky.
We don't observe the old rituals anymore. We proved the old ways wrong.
So there is a room, and there is a break, and you hold it together? And if you
The
wouldn't,
orcs are strong. We are the bedrock of the desert. There is no room for weakness in this warband.
that I have come to learn, yes. I've seen your rituals. No room for softness, no room for mercy. Even children.
A
treated
weak
as adults.
foundation will hold no Colosseum.
And you say if you stop, all of this would be gone. Mother, and you, and the assassins, and all the creatures just disappear.
I can't say for sure what will happen, but I know what the old tales say. The mountains were created, the valleys were parted, the sands swirled endless.
What about the people that just appeared here? The Outlanders.
No one knows where we came from. The old ways say we were sent by the old god.
He gestures to the pointed hatted man with the long beard.
The ones that I am traveling with right now, they told me of a man with such a head and such a beard. And they say he sent them here to fight assassins.
Impossible.
But that is what they told me.
No creature could survive 3 centuries. 3 millennia, sorry. Not even a god.
Maybe the god's offspring? Maybe it is a line like your order.
If so, he has forsaken us. I did not say that.
But if those people, doesn't matter who sends them, but they come. I saw that stone just explode and all those people tumbling out of it.
Valja. Calm your temper. You burn too bright.
She ducks and her hair's like going down.
I am the most powerful mage this clan has ever seen. You terrify me.
I am so sorry. I did not mean it. I struggle to control the fire sometimes. I just want to rage and burn.
Do not burn us away, Valja.
I try not to.
We hold your mother together.
Do you think that because I am... What if Lucian said if I wanted to, and if they go home, they could take me with them. If I would leave, do you think that my energy would stop interrupting what you're doing? Maybe things would be better then.
I can't answer these speculations, Valja. All I know is balance. All I know is equilibrium.
One of my friends, he has blue skin and horns, and there is something weird going on with him, but he had dreams and visions, and he disappeared and returned with magic weapons. And he came back this morning, and he said that the assassins are about to attack, and they want to destroy everything.
The assassins are always attacking. The
What?
orcs are strong. The warband is strong. It will take more than assassins.
But have you seen their hold glow? What if that is, I don't know, weird magic?
They oppose magic.
They have some amongst their own that can do magic, even though they suppress it. I have seen it. Untrained, denying. But
That
there
is a revelation in itself.
Just because you despise the truth does not mean that you don't have it in your arsenal.
We hold one of the assassins you speak of. A
Is
magic
it a young
user.
girl?
You have met her in your travels.
So it is a girl. What do you plan to do with her?
You have been our ally for years, Valja.
I see.
Why do you associate with assassins? They want only to destroy.
I saw the phoenix in the desert rising over the Outlanders, and their path took them there. I saw
Phoenix.
it with my own eyes.
The Phoenix is an old ritual. A way of contacting the Elder God. It does not exist.
Well, they say they have been sent by him, and I saw the phoenix before they told me about this old man, or god, or whatever it is. So, there must be some connection there.
The old ways. The old ways, we do not obey by them. We maintain the balance. We keep the desert functioning.
And
We stay strong.
And I appreciate that very much. But I have come to learn that your past sometimes come back to haunt you. This might be old past and be almost forgotten, but the desert maintains old things very well.
I cannot answer your questions, but I can tell you my fears.
What do you fear?
I fear you. I fear not only your power, but I fear that if you dig too deep into this mystery, you will destroy us all.
Have you feared my power from the beginning?
always.
Ever since those strangers came here,
Why do you think we trade with you and none other?
to keep an eye on me?
To keep you an ally, Fauja. Don't destroy us all.
I don't want to destroy anyone. I swear, I promise. By my mother.
Don't dig too deep.
What should I do? To make this...
What
to
you
keep
have
the
always
equilibrium.
done. Maintain equilibrium. Keep the balance.
I don't know. I no longer know how to do that right now. What if...
I must attend to some things in the lower chamber. Some of our magic users will be growing weak, and I must observe the changeover. Please, enjoy your stay with us, Fauja. May you forever be our ally. And may you never destroy us.
He begins to turn.
I thank you for loving my mother so dearly that you hold her in your embrace.
Always.
Not having her vanish.
Always. We have cared for your mother since before you were born.
We are allies.
He hobbles away, down into the deep caves, where he has requested you do not go. Why don't we pan back across to Dave and Lucian? What did I give Lucian? What did I give Lucian? So, we've got a
Looks like we got a new friend.
Oh, welcome, Greyhawk Channel Raiders. It's all kicking off in here tonight. We've got a nat 1 for Charlie. I think I read that right.
Yep.
And also, Kent has redeemed a disadvantage for me. You two, please continue your scene.
Yeah, Lucian, please continue what you were doing.
He's
No.
going to draw his water sword. Dave, you don't look well.
Lucian?
He's going to move closer and closer. Are you hurt?
No.
Dave, I haven't been kind to you. You've only tried to help me.
Yes.
I'm sorry. And he's going to go for a hug. As he wraps her in an embrace. But nothing stands in my way.
Please roll damage.
That is exactly Dave's hit for, and she falls unconscious.
I'm surprised you used the water sword.
So
Carry
am
on.
I.
Dave,
Do
just,
you
like,
let Dave struggle on the ground? Are you finished, Lucian?
Just watches. Puts the sword away.
The insanity still affects you in your mind.
Finish her. Finish her. She's always been against you. They're all plotting against you. Kill them all. Kill them all.
And he's going to draw the Ember Sword at the same time. Twirling both round, getting on one knee, and just looking to Dave. You know, you were never good at conversations. You'll be remembered for your sacrifices. Give my love to my mother.
Dave is just this mess of like black feathers and blood in the sand. Now on 2 failed death saves since she just took a butt ton of damage while she was already down. Just like bleeding out in this quiet corner of the desert on the way to the assassin's hold. Just staring up at the sky. Not seeing anything.
Oh no, you do see something.
Oh, I see something. What do I see, oh mighty dungeon master?
A little flaming bird flying through the sky.
I'm just gonna watch the flaming bird, not really understanding what just happened to me. Or even really understanding that I'm led here dying right now.
Pauja? The desert pulls at you.
Okay, I adhere her command. In which direction does she pull me?
It's a strange feeling. It's like the feeling of... when you found the Fulgurite.
Yes.
And that meteor drew you there. You didn't see it fall, but you found it. You knew where it was. It's the same feeling. Except this time, pain. Dave, you do have 2 nat 20s. Would you like to make me a death saving throw?
I would. And I'm really tempted to leave this up to the will of the desert, because I feel like that's where we're at. I think I'm gonna roll it and just...
The will of the desert is that you have 2 nat 20s.
I'm not
I'm gonna be
myself.
that guy. I'm gonna be that guy. And say, so Slade took her down to 0, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Lucian.
then you roll damage.
And then hit her again.
That does
She
2
is-
negative.
2
failed
failures.
death saves. Yeah.
This dice roll could be everything. Are we all okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm just like,
I think like this game is all about rolling the dice and finding out. So I'm gonna roll the dice this time.
so you've got to roll 3
But
good
Scrap,
ones.
with like your permission, can we hold those nat 20s for like the next character? Should I need a new one?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Right, here we go.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's 1. That's 1. That's 1.
1.
Just 2 more
Falja,
to go.
it's pulling at you. It's crying at
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I rush in the direction. I think I still have Long Strider on me because I think that lasts for an hour or so. So I'm running. I'm as fast as I can. Flying. Hey, I could even change form, right? As long as I hold concentration. the
It will
Long
take an
Strider will
action.
carry
It will slow
over.
you down.
Then I'm just running as far as I can.
You come around the corner onto the main street. Up ahead, you can see the source of the calling to you. You can see a small black mass of feathers bleeding into the sand, lolling its head around. Dave, make me another saving throw.
I run there as fast as I can. I cradle her in my arms.
Alright, here we go. That's the time.
Oh.
Oh God. Okay.
I rush over there. I
Tied up.
grab her and I pour every healing magic I have into her, and I say, "My little phoenix, don't leave me." And I cast Cure Wounds at level 3, and I also use the Blessing of the Desert that is Trevor Arctic Origin so long ago gave me. I'm no longer sure who gave me that. So 13 hit points. I basically blast this life force into the bird form.
With all of your magics.
Level 3, yes. The highest Cure Wounds that I can
With
manage.
all of your magics, you are able to stabilize Dave. They are still at 0 hit points,
Okay,
but they are stable.
okay.
Can Dave, as she's like fading, like she's still obviously like pretty much fully unconscious, but I like the idea that she kind of just like whispers, "Up on the roof," and like then she like sags back down. So Fashion knows she's like kind of there,
Okay.
kind of stable.
Faja is sitting this haphazardly cross-legged position, has Dave cradled on her lap, holding her and rocking her like a baby. And she
like this.
is keeping kind of like the good girl over there, and she is not only healing her once. If Dave is not waking up, she's going to use more than one healing magic, more than one spell on her. She's going basically to pour magic into her till she's sure that Dave is safe, and she's rocking her, and she's, hey, I could sing you a song if you would like to.
You are not a bard, Faja. You are a druid.
I am a druid, I know.
She's beautiful and she sings well.
There are holes in Dave.
There are holes.
I don't mean physical holes.
Okay.
Since you wielded that axe and you could see the weaves running through it, maybe this is the way that Lurktar sees things.
Huh.
There are holes missing in Dave. Magic holes.
Can I knit those back together, or fill them or something? Make sure that she's whole again?
You will have to add yourself to it.
What if that disrupts the balance of the desert?
Your mind hears, "Do not destroy us all, Faja."
Yes, but this is Dave.
And whilst you're in that turmoil, we're going to pan back across to Kellic in the arena. Combatants rush at each other, 60 people running, all attacking each other simultaneously, some making small teams to try and get through the fight quicker. You see the Rollo's son and the boy that you are sponsoring, championing, team up. Sword and shield, with a double-handed greatsword at its back.
I go to the edge of the pit where there's the little, like, ring, I assume. There's a wall.
Be calm! Be calm, Kellic. It's okay. What happens, happens. The warband will be strong.
I'm just gonna cross my arms and just watch him.
You notice that some of the orcs down there have red paint on their backs.
What does the red paint mean?
Thirds.
You see several of the orcs, the younger ones first, are picked off, and sent to the side. Hefty blows dealing massive damage, but not killing blows. Very quickly you are down to 30.
Boy! Remember the stance!
Your boy, with this young boy beside him, working as a team, they managed to hold ground.
Good. And he's just gonna start, like, talking to himself, just like, keep one foot behind you. Always make sure that you don't have your back to a wall.
Relax, Kellic, relax. Drink more wine. Look at them fight. Glory in their battle. Glory. And strength.
So, is the kid keeping what I taught
You see a phalanx wielder who has been doing surprisingly well in the arena. Normally a phalanx would be easily outdone by foot, but the sheer dexterity of his fighting style surprises most. He rushes in to attack the boy. You see the boy parry.
Good.
A move that you taught him, as he turns on his heel and brings the blade across the other orc's shoulder,
Yes.
slicing deeply into his shoulder and downing him.
Good.
Across the arena, there is a cry as one of the red orcs is struck down. On hands and knees, his assailant lops off his head. From the stands to the right, where the third's parents are, you hear a cry. And as you look that way, you see two orcs, a man and woman, rise, pull daggers from their belt, and thrust them into their bellies.
He's gonna look at the axe. He's gonna pull it from his back. Look at it. I am a fool.
Be still, Kellic. There's only 10 left. Our boys are still doing well.
Now,
How many more?
more and more over in the red stands, as they are now becoming full, as red thirds fall in the ring.
Mother, I hope you have that fire. Going. I'm a fool. And he's going to jump over the wall and shout, "Stop!"
You jump the wall and enter the arena. There are only 8 combatants left, including Rollo's boy and yours.
All this gold is for me? Thank you, you guys.
Dave, roll me a 1d316.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Ken.
Oh, thanks, Ken. This
As-
can't go badly.
They are still mid-fighting. Someone shouts at you from the sidelines to stand back, and Rollos from above says,
No, come on! The glory of battle is nearly complete.
So time out, hold on. I'm trying to think of what to do. Do I see the chieftain in the stands?
no.
I assume there's some sort of is there a judge anywhere?
No. How can you judge a fight with no rules?
And the chieftain's not anywhere to be seen.
No.
I'm just gonna rush into the fray. I'm gonna shout stop again, and I'm going to slam my axe into the sand, letting off this spray of trying to, like, Like, get people to pay attention.
Eight orcs face you, looking angry. As do an arena full of orcs.
I'm gonna stare at them. But I'll look to the crowd. Say, I demand to fight for the thirds. I'm gonna raise my axe. It's like, whoever bests me in combat will have this axe. And I will let it flare. Just or shout. Those are my terms. Who will face me, or are you not strong? Are you cowards?
You hear jeers and boos from the crowds. We do not, you can't really make out what they're saying, but you get the impression they're not happy.
Doesn't care.
The boy walks forward. You taught me.
I did.
You made me stronger.
I did.
I appreciate that. The warband must be strong. An orc's strength is not in its trinkets, and he gestures to your axe, but in our hearts.
I will not see you all die here today. There's much you can still learn.
The warband must be strong.
Survive.
Survival is not strength.
Yes. In his mind, he really wants to help this kid. But he sees the look in his eyes and he knows that if he gets involved now, it's not gonna... the kid's gonna hate him. And he's gonna put out his arm in a kind of a clasp handshake. Does he take it?
He stands looking at you for a long time, weighing you with his eyes. We have a melee to complete. I am so close to joining the warband proper. This is all I've ever dreamed of. Do not ruin this for me today.
Is gonna nod. Give him a
Hoorah!
He'll take his axe and walk to the edge of the pit. He's not gonna climb up. He's gonna rest himself on the wall and watch.
The combatants spread out a little, without conversing. They rotate round slightly. There are no teams now, everyone stands as an individual. The fighting commences. 2 orcs attack the one you just conversed with, seeing him as weak.
Fighting 2 opponents. Keep your back away from them. Always keep them in sight. Stay on the defensive. Wait for them to come to you. Wait for an opening.
One of them lunges wildly. He turns the blade, his body rushing past the sword, bringing it down over his head. There are 7 orcs.
Is the boy still up?
Rollo's boy blocks with his shield and thrusts with his spear, a gut wound, severe but healable. There are 6 orcs.
Never block if you can help it. Either deflect or dodge. A solid enough blows to break your arm. And he's just talking to himself, just reliving what he taught this boy and what his mom taught him.
Rollo's boy is small. The smallest. As 2 orcs round on him, he turns one blade with sword and the other with shield, spinning, keeping himself afoot, but clearly on the defensive. As he moves into your champion's space, he takes a moment to step away from his opponent and tucks his sword into Rollo's boy's back. There are 5 orcs left.
Smart.
He holds his own, fighting defensively. One of the other orcs finishes the last orc. There are 4 orcs left. Your boy passes through. He is part of the warband. He is strong. In the red stands, amidst the blood and corpses, you see one couple of orcs stand cheering, axes in the air, tears flying from their face.
Hoorah.
As
He's gonna
though
wipe his eyes.
you prompted it, around the arena, ooh rah, ooh rah, ooh rah. It's taken up. Everyone around the arena begins chanting, all except for Rollo, who takes a deep swig of his gourd and wanders from the arena.
Your boy fought well.
A good showing for a first. He'll pass next year. Well, next arena. Next Colosseum.
He staggers a little.
Ancestors' blessings be upon him. He has a good soul, sword arm.
We pan back to Dave and Fauja. Is 13 your roll on a 316?
Yeah, it is.
No.
All the lucky numbers today.
Target gains potion of healing.
How fortunate.
Does
My
she
mom
gain
loves
it
you.
in her veins? Just like automatically kicks into the vein.
Nope. It's on your person. Fauja.
Mhm.
Dave is not
Fauja.
complete.
I know. Forja holds Dave, and she sees those missing pieces. And in that jumble in her head, all those things that happened those last few days, she's really at the edge. But the last thing that she saw were the pictograms and the pilgrimage. And while her new friend, the elder, told her not to upset the balance, and she really doesn't want to. And he said that they no longer hold to the old ways, and that they could not have been sent by that god or whatever. But she knows, her friend told her that this guy on the pictograms, Kellic was so sure, and she believes in this in this surety. And she decides Dave is a bird, or almost a bird, and she's my little phoenix. And I'm not an orc, but I can go on the pilgrimage, and I know the place. I saw it in the pictogram. I could do that. I could try to fill those gaps with my fire and do it in such a way as the old pilgrimage tells us how to do it.
There is a glass bowl nearby.
I'm going to use that glass bowl then, and there was water, right? And I will conjure water as my ability, and 10 gallons of water just splash into that bowl, trickling over us. And then in the...
Hold. In the center, you can see on the surface a pentagram risen from 5 lines that cross into a star, and the water boils in the center. It's cool at the edge, boiling at the center.
Okay. This does not look like what I saw in those pictograms, right? There was nothing about a pentagram or something. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't want to mix any new magic into this. I look for a better spot to put water in. This is weird. I'm not going to do anything with this boiling weird water.
As you decide to leave, the water catches fire.
Wait a second, but there was fire burning. Oh yeah, that is. But that again is like the pictograms.
Come on, Falja, trust in yourself.
I'm going to do this now.
And the desert. Trust in yourself in the desert. Come on, Falja.
So yeah,
the flames
fire
burn.
burns.
The flames burn black. You can hear the screeching of tortured souls in your ears, and see the horns of many wicked fiends dancing amidst the flames.
I say, Lucian's dad, could you please fuck off? I and the desert have business to do. And I try to purify it with my own fire. I create bonfire on the water and try to push that black, dirty flame away.
Lucian, will you come see me in the headmaster's office after this? Thank you very much.
Can I overrule with the force of the desert behind me and being on her turf? Can I override that, basically, that black fire with my pure flame?
When you add your pure flame, the flames begin to burn purple and higher. Soon they lick around the tent pole, burning it. Soon the canvas takes.
I control flame and douse the fire on the canvas and the pole.
This is not regular fire.
Okay.
I wish that was something I could do, but I'm just like an unconscious bird.
What could I do? What could I do?
The flames take the tent, and it burns low.
Okay.
And you hear a deep laughter amidst the screams as it all fades to nothing.
Okay. And what? And then what is left? Is there still pure fire left?
Nope. All that's left is blackened glass, Where before it was multicolored and beautiful, now it almost looks like obsidian.
I bow down. Okay. But it's still a bowl, right?
It is. Would you like to inspect it?
Yes, I would like to inspect it.
As you walk towards the bowl, your eye catches several images. Every shimmering small reflection looks like a face screaming.
I'm going to find a spot that looks clear and is far enough away from everything flammable. And then I'm going to use my own fire to make my own glass bowl. Because I don't want this to be tainted by anything. I have been working with glass my whole life.
Would
Should
you-
be able to do something like that, right?
Would you like to make me an Arcana check?
Yeah. I'm going to use advantage for this because I really want this to work.
You also have 3 nat 20s. Oh, but there's a nat 20 anyway.
Wait, what? Oh, jeez. Yeah, never mind. Hey, thank you, Chad.
On a nat 20, I will tell you straight. The ritual is for visiting the Elder God of the glass bowl, etc. Dave is full of holes.
So this would not work, right?
You saw Lurktar take weaves and tie knots. Could you
Okay.
not take weaves and make patches?
Okay. Okay. I will do that then. I turn my back to that screaming faces bowl and sit again down, trying to clear my head, cradle Dave again, and then I'm going to start tying knots. And I remember how much Dave likes the shiny, so I try to make it as shiny and as pure and pretty as I made the armor and everything. So I just make it and weave it in those spheres. And she likes the fires, and she is my little phoenix, so I'm going to make her a firebird for realsies now.
Fauja, you saw Lurktar take air and earth.
Mhm.
You can produce water and fire.
Yes.
Maybe you can produce air and earth too.
I mean, I can do this puffs of wind, right, with my one cantrip.
You
And
can
I
make
could also
air.
And I could also make those flowers. So why should I
Sounds
not
like you can do earth.
Yeah.
How
So
many
I'm-
different threads would you like to use to weave on Dave?
I'm going to weave everything in that I know she likes. So I'm going to weave the shape of the wildflowers into her that I created. And I'm going to weave the puff of air that she uses to cool herself down by putting it under her feathers into her. I'm going to put lots of water in because I know how thirsty she always is. And I'm going to use my innate ability of flame and knit it all together into that place where I know that her innate ability for fire lives.
As you do this, you see Dave's feathers begin to change color.
Okay.
They whiten and silver. Some turning metallic, some going light. Dave almost looks scaled now, the way the feathers overlap and change.
Okay.
Her wings, no longer feathered and small, are longer. Hard, made of stone or glass. Dave, wake up.
Is her body, the center, still black like the little figurine I created for her? on the very first day.
Lucian! Oopsie daisy. Balja.
Dave, how do you feel?
I like you.
I like you too.
Dave,
I say and
as,
also.
as Falja has been working on you, your wings are still spread. You feel a little gust of air, a little breeze catch under your wings, and for a moment you feel weightless.
Up on the roof. I'm just gonna sway in my little weightless breeze. My little bird in the wind tunnel.
Does she look whole now to me?
She looks whole to you. Dave, as you do that, you get a little bit of lift, your feet come off the ground, and you hit the floor again.
Whoopsie daisy.
Dave, you need to do the ritual. You need to do it now. You need to test this.
Dave's gonna look around for the highest thing she can see.
There's a mountain nearby.
Dave runs for the mountain.
Whilst,
I run after her.
whilst you do that, we'll pan back across to Lucian.
I'm so happy for Dave. Oh.
Oh.
You can't trust any of them. All of them are against you.
Oh.
I can't trust any of them. They're against me.
They want to help the orcs.
They want to help them.
They want to stop the magic.
If I go to the assassins now, I'll have an enemy at my back. I need to finish them first. And then I go home. Lucian's gonna turn around and head back to the orc camp with squeaky shoes.
As Dave mounts to the top of the mountain, the sunlight glistens off her wings and looks like fire dancing on the sky.
My phoenix!
We pan across the mountain just before Dave can take the leap and we can see if she can fly. We fly across the desert towards the assassins. The temple destroyed by some magics. The assassins mount on the nearby mountain. Joachim, standing atop a mountain, rallying all the assassins, men, women, children, anyone who can hold a blade, hold a spear. Like ants from an anthill, they descend the mountain. We fly across the desert, once more, to a spot where once a small stone sprouted water. As magic is removed from one place, it affects another. There is a rumble and a crack as a large split in the earth drops tons of sand down. Suddenly lava bursts forth, creating a large rift in the ground. And the ground settles.
Oopsie daisy!
Well, fuck.
Molten glass shining in the sun. Dark. Black. Looking like faces are screaming inside it. And that is where we will end today's game.
It's fine. We'll be okay. Just some screaming face sand. It's alright. It's totally fine.
Break the desert, open a gate to hell?
Hmm?
Oh.
So guys, that was an intense session.
You know what we learn out of this? The wave to hell is indeed paved with good intentions. Quite literally. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh,
Why
gosh.
don't we go round? Why don't you tell us all where we can find you online, what you get up to? And rather than asking for your favourite part of the one-shot, I would like to ask about your feelings at the end. And today I think we'll mix up the order a little bit. We'll start with Chorus.
Hi. Well, I'm Koros RPG. I am a Twitch streamer and D&D guy. You can find me on Twitter at Koros RPG, and you can also find me on Twitch at KorosRPG.com. When I'm not on Scratch channel, I play RPGs. Right now I'm going through Final Fantasy Realm Reborn and just going through some of the content there. I'm going to be on probably in about an hour and a half. So if you want to come and check that out, come and see. And I also have my own D&D show on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I take one guest each week through their own personalized one-shot. Unfortunately, there will be no guests this week, but we will be back next week. So check out that when it comes around.
I can thoroughly recommend Chorus's one-on-one one-shots. My one-shot with Trickshot was a hell of an experience. Thank you for that.
Appreciate it. As for my feelings, I'm not gonna lie, I've always been kind of old school when it comes to D&D, and I love to get like cool loot, and the axe is just amazing, and I'm just like, I want to hit something with this and watch it explode, because it's so cool. Because it's for chat, just so they know, it's a great axe that is a 1d12, but when I rage, it deals 4d6 fire damage to my opponent, and I can't wait for a crit on that, because that's going to be 2d12 plus 8d6 fire damage. It's going to be great. And I'm a little bit scared to see what happens to the group, because it looks like Lucian's going to try to kill us all. Hopefully he doesn't get back before. Well, I hope he doesn't get back before the voices in his head don't kill us all. But as for that, I'm a little bit worried about this whole screaming glass sand face thing that's going on right now. I don't think it's a good thing. I think that there's a portal to hell under this damn desert.
The orcs must be strong. They are the bedrock of the desert.
It's true.
Who looks the most stressed? Tahina.
Oh yeah, what a ride. Hi, I'm Tahina. You can find me on Twitter at Tahina_Andale. I'm here every Tuesday, and this Saturday I am going to DM over at Fumbles and Fame. I return to my homebrew world, Staranesti, and I take the Staranesti sisters on a ride. We're going to revisit Ostend, and it's going to be dreamlike, almost likely more nightmarish. That's a promise. Yeah, I have a good teacher here. I need to give back the love. Yeah. So, and next Tuesday I'm back here on the channel, and I have the great pleasure to be on the 18th on Chorus's channel with Firelight for a one-shot game. So, looking very much forward to that. Yeah, my feelings. All the feelings. Confused and worried, and am I destroying my mom right now? But I wanted Dave to fly. And I was so torn. I was so torn between going after Kenny. I'm so glad that he's alive, because I think I would not have been able to live with myself had he died in that arena. So I'm so grateful for that. And this makes all so much sense. I watched that one shot and I'm like, what's going on here? And now I feel like, I think I have an idea now what's going on. So I love this world. I guess it means I love being tortured by Scrap.
If you love this world, why do you destroy it?
I don't, but do it with... It was mean. But I have chat on my side. I have 3 net ones. I can't... not ones, not 20s. Oh my god.
I mean, I can give you 3 net ones if you want. I mean,
No, I don't.
I can change
I
them.
want to fix this. I want to fix everything. I try, at least, to fix everything. I promise.
Thank you so much, Tahina. Slade.
It's nice to be back. Oh shit! I'm the bad guy. Yeah. Oh, it was intense. I wasn't expecting my mum to die. That was nice. Straight off the bat.
I wasn't expecting that. That's
No. So mum died, and now she's a part of her colours. That's nice. But it just goes to show, don't speak to your dad. Otherwise, you'll end up killing people. That's what I have learnt from today. But biggest props today has to go for me to Charlie. We talked about just this whole scene playing out. And like a trooper, you know, lets the story go as the story wants. I felt so bad. I felt so bad. Maybe that's why I subconsciously took the water sword. I did it.
As I recall, you double stabbed.
That was at the end.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
That's all right, yeah.
Downing someone with a sword, that's completely different to stabbing them in the back when
Exactly.
they're unconscious on the floor, of course.
It's my good, yeah, it's my good sword. And then I finished it. But you know, at the end of the day, I think I'm going to survive. I mean, if the champion can get taken down by a single punch, you know he can take on the rest of the world. So easy to go. But yeah, my name is Slade. I'm a Twitch streamer here and Crit Dice Gaming. Biggest announcement. I don't know if you want to do it, Scrat.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll jump on the bandwagon at the end.
Okay, yeah. So tonight I am on the charity stream Q4TC. We will be playing Dungeons and Dragons. So very excited for that. Lots of money raising for children, different charities. So really looking forward to that. And hopefully you see you guys there. But at the same time, thank you, Scrat, for this game. It's gone so much more than Wizards and Wardrobes. There's a lot more now.
And so, we'll find out what happens to Charlie next week. No, I'm
Hi, nice seeing you.
Charlie, same questions.
This is all the wine I have left from my bottle. Okay. Today was an episode. Beforehand, you guys won't know this, but Scrat and I were on call. Scrat's been doing a quick review with all players. And he said to me, you know, what do you want for Dave and what are your goals? And I said, well, you know, it'd be nice if Dave could do something with the whole Phoenix thing. But mostly Dave's just rolling with the punches. I didn't say rolling with the stabs. But yeah, no, I am feeling so excited at the end of this episode. I'm really turbulent about what's going on, but I think Falja is doing amazing, incredible things with what she's been given. I mean, Tahina, obviously, as her player, the same. Slade rolling with the insanity. It's a hard thing to do. Been there. I've been in and out of the abyss. Insanity is hard, and doing what you gotta do when you're being the bad guy is hard. But yeah, props. And Kellic, I love that this whole arena thing is playing out. I am so excited to see how this turns out. I'm so excited with Lucian turning around to come and face the party and everything. Oh, bring it on. But yeah, I am at Frost from Fire on Twitter and pretty much everywhere else. No O in the from most places. And tomorrow night at 4 p.m. EST, 9 p.m. UK, I am playing Warhammer. It's our, I think, penultimate episode or nearly penultimate episode of that campaign. Stuff is going down. It's dramatic. It's grimdark. So if you like that sort of thing and you want to check out maybe a new system to you, come and watch Warhammer on Warhammer Wednesdays. It's a lot of fun. I don't think I'm doing anything else this week. I think that is it. But on Saturday, I do happen to know it is Scratch Academy, and that is one of the best events every month. You've got some awesome DMs coming up. You've got Renee, who I played with, doing the brothel. I can't remember what we called that, like Ken's friends.
You guys called it Ken's friends, then
Yeah,
not Ken's friends.
Yeah.
I've
Renee's
pretty much
amazing.
entitled it the Brothel Chroniclers.
Jonathan Fry, who's in Call of Cthulhu right before Warhammer on Warhammer Wednesdays. He's an incredible player. I'm really excited to see him DM. And we have Tall School, who is, of course, in Shadows of Mist, which is the City of Mist campaign on this channel on Mondays, which was yesterday. Really cool campaign. If you haven't seen City of Mist, go and watch it on YouTube. It's a whole new system. It's really exciting. Really cool characters coming up. So yeah, come see me tomorrow on Encounter Roleplay. I think I forgot to say where I was even playing. Encounter Roleplay tomorrow. But the rest of the time, come here, hang out on Scrat's channel and see what he is up to, because it's all cool things. And we've got the new season coming up in September with lots of exciting projects, especially from Alice, who also plays with me in Warhammer. So yeah, come, hang out, have fun, be included. If you want to get in on the game, message Scrat. It's one of the best things you'll ever do. Join the Discord, make friends, and then come back on Tuesday and see what happens to Dave, Raja, Lucian, and Kellic.
And don't forget the merch.
Oh yeah, and merch. But I'll leave Scrat to have something to promote. I mean.
So yes, there are my social links. There is the Discord. Charlie said get in there, guys, so do it. There's the Twitter. If you want a game, like Charlie says, message me. And if you yeah, okay, YouTube, I'm behind on. We'll get there. There's also my Patreon. If you like what I'm throwing down and you want me to keep on doing it, I appreciate the support. You can support me from as little as $1, and I get a hefty percentage of that dollar through Patreon. It's a better cut than most other subscription-based support methods. I also have merchandise. The times when I plan, I do plan occasionally. I make streams about it and everything to prove it. I use this little book, which has my logo on it, and it's just the right size for a 3-hour one-shot. Perfect. Also do t-shirts, hoodies, mini skirts, cup holders, tights, clocks, bedspreads. It's Redbubble. They do everything.
Also,
Mini
quickly go back to
skirts.
YouTube, Scrat. Quickly go back to YouTube. If you are new here tonight, thank you so much for joining us. Shout out to chat for being awesome as always. You can check out past episodes on YouTube, and if you do have any ongoing questions, I know all of us are really happy to answer not on YouTube, on Twitter or in the Discord. So just tag one of us, and we'll get to you as soon as we can to answer any questions.
Oh yes, gladly. Like Slade has already said, at 4 a.m. EST, midday BST tomorrow, we are over on Q4TC, raising money for charity, and
Guys, I'm bringing back Fergus Fimbleson for the stream, so you guys gotta get over there and support me, right?
what else have I got going on? Oh yeah, the Academy. So let's go through the week, shall we? Tomorrow we've got Q4TC. Then in the evening we've got One Shot Wonders with Kiena over in the Dark Sun setting. We then have a tabletop talk over on RPG Academy, which is I believe a podcast stream thing. But we're over with Release Pods, me and Chelsea over there talking about actual play, recording and streaming. On Thursday, I'm over on Encounter Roleplay doing the Larkspur sequence. I played Dr. Hezekiah Shard. Probably the sanest of the group now, which is weird. On I think I'm doing another one shot on Thursday as well. It looks like I'm getting a group together and we're doing a one shot 6 to 9 EST because you know, when you got that itch, you just got to scratch it, right? Friday, I've definitely got a one shot on Friday, at least one, probably just one. Maybe just one. On Saturday, we've got 12 hours of D&D from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. EST. We've got Tool School running Bird in the Storm, his new module for us at 7 a.m. Before that, we will be having a DM talk with Tool School. Me and Alice will be in chat, chatting D&D with you guys. And I know you guys always enjoy them, so enjoy it. Yeah. At 10 a.m., I have Donovan Fry doing Space Cthulhu. I think that's enough said there. It's fucking Space Cthulhu. I'm really looking forward to it. Renee takes over 1 p.m. EST with some D&D. She is from Fate and Fable Maidens, the podcast. If you listen to their stuff, it's very popular. It's good stuff. Go and check it out. And then I'll be taking over at the end, where I'll be doing the Cypher system, which is a rule set that I need to learn this week. I need to remember to do that. Also, that's reminded me, the Friday one-shot, it's not just any old one-shot. We are playtesting the Boss's Power Outage game, which is currently available on Kickstarter. It's at 75%, so we're going to try and help push it over. So we'll be playing that. Then Monday, City of Mist, we're playing Shadows of the Mist. And Tuesday, we will be back here where, you know, nothing too exciting happens. We just, you know, sit and chill for a few hours and get through a bottle of wine. I'm going to take you all over to the RPG Lab. I can see in the RPG Lab, as well as the RPG Lab staff themselves, we also have Zelda in there, who is a long-term supporter of the stream. We also have in there G4 Gaming, who you guys may recognize from chat, both strong players. And there's a couple of other players in there as well, which I'm not familiar with, but I'd like to be. So, yeah. When we get in there, guys, bring the Scrat Hype with you. If you don't have access to the Scrat Hype remote, just type Scrat Hype or Scrat Raid or something in the chat. Just fill their chat with comments, because that's what takes happiness along with you. Perfect, Alice Arcadia. Perfect. Copy and paste that, you guys. Bring it in. Keep evoking emotions. We'll see you very soon. Bye!